Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Oh right, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your minds like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm owning your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you need. While you chase the crumbs and I take the lead. Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on me, Daddy. You said I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I've got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no end in sight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm owning your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see, you're confused trying to get it right, spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you've got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Stuck with Daddy for life. I'm Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing tonight? I'm at least not muted tonight, so that's a good thing. Hello, hello, hello. We've got some wonderful, wonderful folks in here tonight. Man, am I late? No, I am right on time. I actually set it for 11, not thinking about it. So I actually meant to set it for 10:30. I had some business to take care of this evening that I couldn't quite be here on time. Because, you know, I do a show with Mo on Wednesdays, and generally I'm not able to jump in right away. I've got to do a little bit of show prep, and I worked all day. So there you go. Good afternoon, Emma Washington. Oh my gosh, with the $2 super chat. Good afternoon, or for me, it is evening. It is late evening for me, but it is always good to see our friends on the other side of the world. How are you doing tonight? It's so good to see you. I got you. I got you, kid, right there. All right. Yes. Man, it has been a hectic day. This will be 3 streams I've been on today. All today. And of course, Cowboy says it has been 7 months since we broke Shizzy in the chat. Well,
welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery, 'cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, we're all over again.
Some interesting stuff for you tonight. Maybe I'll show you the latest one I've been working on if it renders out fast enough. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe Chad will bring up enough to bring that one up. We'll see. We'll see how you guys do. Blessings, shizzies, and to all the chat, just to say this the ego evil grifter liars are going berserk. They can't keep their lies of lies together. I know that is the biggest problem. They are having the hardest time keeping the scammers scamming. The scammers are having a hard time keeping all of their bullshit together, and that is absolutely true. And beautiful Sticky Widget, welcome, has become a YouTube member yet again. Thank you so much for your support, Sticky Widget. I always want to say Shizzywhiznut, but you're not. You're Sticky Widget.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of twats. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, vulgar, dash poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, and all over again.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah. So last night, can't believe that the judge responds on Fed 2 today. Something he'd already responded to once. Actually, the judge hadn't responded to it. He said if there's going to be a response, then Randy needs to file a response, which Randy did file a response to it. The judge reviewed it, and so he's allowing it to be brought in. It's allowing it to move forward. That's how court cases go. You also have to remember that we haven't even gotten to discovery portion of it yet. So chances are that, I mean, the filings might be pled, but that's one of those things where Randy will have an opportunity to respond to it. We'll get into that in a little bit. But I wanted to show you this 911 call. World famous greetings, Shizzy from Indonesia. Well, welcome from Indonesia. Good to see you, William Moyer. World famous greetings. I love it. I love it. By the way, Judge Frank Caprio passed away today. One of the kindest judges on TV. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Starzy. You know, hearts out to his family. Same old shit. Yes, it is. But we've got the 911 call, and I'm sure you've seen it before, but I've been told I need to watch these. And I did get permission, so here we go.
This is on being recorded. This is Operator Jalil. How may I help you?
This is a 911 call to the county sheriff from Leslie Ann Federigo's. You know, lips and chips. Leslie Ann Federigo's and her husband Michael Federigo's, both lawyers, except Leslie is a permanently retired lawyer. She took permanent retirement in lieu of consequences, in lieu of discipline from the Florida bar, and then waged war against myself and George, my business, and others on YouTube because she maliciously, that's what she's being sued for right now by us. She filed a lawsuit in the Florida court system saying that we were defaming her, saying we were doing this, doing that. We never even said her name, but now she got into this game because she wanted all the fortune and fame. I was rhyming. Didn't even mean it. I was doing it all the time.
Well, the funny part is the blue tape. It kills me. No, this is the thing is she wanted so much into this case that she went so far as to getting together with the Fleas and called on doxing people. And so did Fleas. So did all of those people, Luthman, Volpe, Ray the Bone Crusher. Every single one of them called on doxing people. No, actually doxing them. Not trying to do things the proper way, but by actually going out and doxing people. That's what their goal was, is to dox people. Why did they do that? Because they wanted them to be quiet. That was it. That's why they started doxing. It wasn't for justice. It wasn't for anything other than let's see if we can get these people to stop talking about this stuff. Well, now you've dug yourself in a hole, and from what I understand, that Lips and Chips are looking at another foreclosure lawsuit. So they've run their debts like to insane amounts. We'll probably get into it tomorrow to show you a little bit more about their screwed up crap that they've got themselves into. I mean, they've just dug themselves in holes because, well, that's what happens whenever you're acting a fool. And they acted a fool, and there you go. You've got stupid Dave over there that he's flipping out because Jeremy put out a bounty on my head. No, he didn't put a bounty out on your head. He said, if anybody has information as to where Tesh and Doris whereabouts are, reach out to me. $1,000 reward. He's not going to share it with the world. It's for him to be able to reach out and get in touch with them. That's it. They already know who the guy is. They already have tried serving him, and he keeps avoiding service. That's not called doxing. There's a big difference between that and going after someone's family, right, Lips? Because that's what you did. You went after people's family. It wasn't just me you were looking for. You were looking for my family. My family, which, might have certain people that are pretty damn vicious out there. And you weren't the only one doing it. You had Bubbles doing it too. Coming after me and my family. And you're just really lucky that I just don't want to sue the ever-living balls off of you, Leslie, and your husband for your bullshit. So keep that in mind. Traveling Fools, good to see you. Yo, 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 yo. Traveling Fools, this is for you, brother.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, vulgar, dash poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, and all over again.
Yeah. Oh man, she has balls. I don't know. I honestly don't care. I really don't give two shits about her. I think that's what pisses her off so much is she's irrelevant in my world. She means nothing except she's just a pain in the ass. She can't handle whenever people mock her endlessly. That's her problem. Gator spouse and deep firing due to sharing link with Fleece. Any records that she, Gator spouse, denied what the Hales, but Two Fleece had a link. Shar's got the records. I know. I saw that also. Yeah, they've pretty much screwed themselves like 9 ways to Sunday. And they don't realize all this shit is going to be brought out in court.
Don't worry. We've already won that court case. As a matter of fact, hail to the victor.
Yeah.
OHIO. We won because in a court case, when you find
yeah. So yeah, in her, because of her bullshit. Yes, I won against her in that court case also. Amazing how that works, isn't it? Shizzywhiznut won against you in a court case because you are an idiot.
A case and then you dismiss a case, the other party is the victor.
1-0.
We've won. Now we're bringing suit against her. Not only myself,
Yes,
George, and my business. You got Megan Fox and that umbrella guy, Tug. And so this phone call has a lot to do in regards to Megan Fox. Now I'm going to warn you ahead of time. This is going to upset you to no end because the lies that these inflated lips tell, oh boy, they're all going to be shared in court as well. Don't worry, I ain't scared of nothing, even blue tape.
Oh, yes, I need to report cyberbullying against a minor that's currently happening right now from a resident in New York. I contacted New York Police Department. They told me I needed to fill the report out initially where I live.
Last time.
Yeah, and they're talking about Megan Fox, saying that she's coming after them. That's not what Megan Fox has ever said. She said, stop messing with me. Leave me alone. Why are you doxing my family? Why are you harassing me? That's exactly what she said. Stop it. Stop spreading the prawn. Stop doing this. This is stupid and ridiculous. Stop it. Stop it. What did she do? She continued on. Just ridiculous amount of doxing.
We heard a 911 call from Leslie to the police stating that her internet was turned off. I got a feeling her husband has been turned off by her as well. And she was claiming, I can't contact anybody. He keeps turning my internet off, as she's on a phone with the dispatcher. Talk about crazy. Talk about insanity. By the way, most phones have internet. I'm assuming that that was the way she was calling. But I digress. This one is all about what? Bullying. This is an individual who was brought in, recruited with the temptation of fame, with the temptation of money into the what the hell's ecosystem by Deuce, who now is crying.
They're laughing at us.
This is an individual who not only attacked myself, George, my businesses, went as far as my family members, all of my friends, other internet personalities and influencers, to the point where she made derogatory, downright defamatory.
Welcome, Fox Raiders. Welcome, Fox Raiders. Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful evening tonight. If you're in here, hit that like button and make it feel good. And it'll make Yamaha feel a little better. I mean, as better as he can be, you know, being that, you know, he's probably picking all that salt rock out. It's painful.
Hideous videos called the Ho Dunks, where she made fun of Southerners. Interestingly enough, most of these people in her videos look like Lynette, look like Crook, look like Fleesa, look like Fleesa's wife, Gaby, look like, and I could go on and on and on, Marla, Huge, look like the very people she was associating with. Paint Chips looks like Vomit. The very people she's associating with are the people she was depicting in these defamatory videos. Yes. To the point where she literally placed me in a white pointy top hat. Now, if you know me, you know first and foremost.
And he's right here. This was absolutely ridiculous. Like she had sites redirecting every which way, causing problems, and just generally out to harass people. You know, here's the thing. Whenever you go out and you start using somebody's trademark name and you start creating websites using that, you know, those run into some serious legalities. Like I said, the amount of anger that I have over the bullshit that she pulled, I keep it really well contained, because I learned a long time ago, keep that anger contained and unleash it whenever it absolutely needs to be unleashed. So yeah, you haven't ever seen me really, really angry yet. It's like the hawk. I stay angry all the time, so I don't have to really, you know, lose my temper. So, catching a live stream for a change. Well, welcome, Paula. You've been a member here for 7 months, and you know what that means? You are always
welcome to the shit show. Every single day,
it's
a new flavor of fuckery, 'cause 'cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, and all over again.
And I will say right now, most definitely, I appreciate that you appreciate the letters. Thank you. I appreciate doing those. Thank you very much, Lyndon Hernandez. And hopefully they get the ad things fixed on this. Come on, YouTube, quit slacking off. Oh my gosh, it is insane. It's all Shizzy's fault. Apparently I have hyper from all the rock salt. That does happen. It does happen. Oh, it's been much longer than 4 months for following. Yes, I know. I did update my membership subscriptions. I know you've been following this for quite a while, Sandra. You've been here and a tried and true. It is wonderful to be welcomed.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, and all over again.
Ah, yes.
I am the furthest it gets towards, we'll call it a acist. You can throw an R on the top of that. As a matter of fact, in my entire company's...
And we'll get back to the video
Okay,
here.
what's going on?
There is somebody that claims to be a reporter. He is domiciled in.
She's talking about me. Right here. She's talking about me.
New York. She has a YouTube channel.
I'm sorry. That is Megan. She's domiciled in New York. Yeah, she does come. Oh, I have all of them too.
About 70,000 followers. She is currently live right now. She started. I have the timestamp of when she started to state.
Yeah, this is about Megan Fox right here.
She's going to release sealed records involving a minor, which is my son.
No, she's never done this at all. As one of Tug's original Tennessee reloading doorbells available at all major retailers. Well, I don't have to worry about that because I have my own original doorbell reloaders. Actually, quite a few of those. So I'm pretty fine.
And I had 2 other children that it involved and myself.
And see, now she's bringing this up because this is one thing that none of our channels ever discuss. Matter of fact, if we find her children's name in any of these things, we redact those out. Sometimes we don't get every single little redaction in there. We definitely try to, but these are also publicly available court documents. Like anybody can get these court documents. It's not like there's some big secret to them. Now, the sealed documents that are out there, you can still get those.
Lips there is referring to Megan Fox.
Yes, she is.
Now, not that Megan Fox that you're thinking of, the actor.
Yeah,
this is a nationally known journalist, Megan Fox. And I encourage you to check out what she does on YouTube.
Yes,
Megan does an incredible job. And as a matter of fact, I'll pin her channel in this comment so you can watch her and check her out as well. This is a woman that has been featured all over TV for her journalistic efforts. She's written multiple books, article after article after article. She actually gets to the truth, and she's in love with justice. Now, talk about getting to the truth. Here's Lips on here saying that Megan Fox just said she's going to get sealed documents on her son. Now,
that was just not true.
I'm no genius by any stretch of the imagination. Now, Lips has claimed she is a genius. As a matter of fact, I have the screenshots claiming that she's a genius, as she misspells just about everything in the same sentence that claims she's a genius.
Yes, -3 genius IQ. Oh, sorry, I had to stop it right there because that kills me. I can cut off the internet with an old router on the same
How
SSID
does
that they
an
have.
individual get sealed records when they're sealed?
Exactly. That's the thing. You can't get sealed records if they're sealed.
In other words, you can't even get them. The fact that the dispatcher didn't hang up on her right then and there blows my mind.
I already have a civil complaint going on against this woman for defamation. Nothing seems to stop her.
Stop.
Nothing can stop Megan except for she's just that good.
Megan? I would like to consider Megan a friend. Even if Megan doesn't consider me a friend, I think I know her well enough at this point to say, number one, I've never seen her do anything inappropriate online against anyone, regardless of what's been done against her. Now, Lips here, Leslie Ann Federigo's, she rebroadcasted Revenge, we'll call it Corn. And you can drop that C and put a P on the beginning of it. And many people go, Jeremy, why do you use different words? You change up words because YouTube's terms of service.
Yes.
There are different words that YouTube does not like, and it's not okay to use on there. You can use it in your everyday life, just don't use it on YouTube. This woman, not Megan, Leslie, has rebroadcasted Revenge Corn on her channel, or channels, which...
Yeah, channels, multiple channels. She created multiple channels. Multiples. It wasn't just one, it wasn't two. She created them over here. She created them on Rumble. She created them on TikTok. She created them on Facebook. She created sock accounts on Facebook. Yes, we have all of that information. All of those shenanigans were recorded. All of the crap that she did was recorded.
By the way, she still has multiple channels, even though she lied and stated she was never on YouTube before. That's in her complaint in the lawsuit.
Oh, her complaint was so full of garbage. I am surprised that it even stayed around so long as it did.
And yet, I still have 2 YouTube channels that I know of that she has that go years back. Huh. Oh, and her being a guest on other channels, and then her bringing this individual, Paint Chips, who spent 4 years in federal prison for the previous mentioned things, on her channel after he's been banned from YouTube, which is against terms of services.
Yeah, talking about Paint Chips. And yes, I will hit it. Oh.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single
Congratulations,
day,
welcome to
a new
Shit
flavor
Show.
of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of lumps. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. We'll do it all over again.
Yes, that is insane. And welcome. Learned as a wee one to use his words. Yeah.
Well, it can get you banned from YouTube. Oh, wait. So, Leslie's saying Megan won't stop? Somebody please help me understand this. The only thing I've seen Megan do is tell Leslie to stop.
Yes.
Give her good, sound legal advice. If you don't stop, this is going to end up in court.
Very true.
Now it is. Leslie has rebroadcasted Revenge Corn of Megan Fox and myself, created by Richard Luthman, Paint Chips, a felon, a scammer, a con artist. And Leslie has admitted that it is against the law, and she's being sued for it. That is part of the damages lawsuit against her and Michael right now.
But now she's taken it to the level of now taking, I don't even know how she would have obtained sealed confidential records from the court involving my minor children. But during this live that she's currently doing at this moment, she is claiming to unleash these sealed and confidential records. My son, my oldest son, is very upset over this.
Let me ask you a serious question. Oh, Valley girl, yes. Why does her son know anything about this? As a parent, her job is to protect from threats. And if she truly believes this is a threat, right? If she truly believes this is a threat, which this is not a threat at all. As a matter of fact, this is a false complaint, which will be brought up in the damages in the lawsuit as well. And you're going to see way, way more coming up here in this phone call. Why is her son involved? Listen, if something was happening to my kids like this, my job is to protect my kids. My job is not to...
And I agree with him here. And her bringing all this up, going after everybody's family. How do you think that what did she expect this was going to happen? I warned people about doxing, that this kind of crap, like the lawsuit that you're in right now, was going to happen. It's a road that you don't want to go down. Once you open that genie, you let it out of the bottle, bad things happen. This is the consequences of your own actions, lips, of your own actions.
And I went on to her live commenting that she better stop. I filed a privacy violation with YouTube. She is not stopping, and she's encouraged.
Because there was no privacy violation. She's reading court documents that are available to the public.
In crowd participation. She's got, like I said, a channel of over 70,000 followers. Many of her followers.
I think it's a little bit of jealousy. I think that's what it is. She's very jealous of Megan. Those golden locks. Yeah, she can't handle the fact that somebody is out there doing reporting, being honest about it, showing you the receipts. And all that she did was create some websites and go on the attack of people before she ever even showed her face on YouTube or on the Fleece's channel. Yeah, that had been going on for months before that ever even came out, because they'd been promoting it. They kept saying, oh, we got something big coming. This was their big deal, was to bring somebody in that was going to harass other people. Why? Because that is what they do. They're known for it. They've got lawsuits filed against them. They got bar complaints against them for doing this exact same shit.
I've already endured a month of harassment by these people, but now it's involving my kids in confidential records.
She's concerned about kids and records. Now, let's just back up a little bit. Whether you know or not, she's been after my kids, my personal records, 10 years in court with my ex-wife. Now, not because I wanted to, because I had to, fighting for my legal.
Yes, and he's right here. Went after his kids, going after his personal documents, and those are a lot of those are sealed documents. Unless you got them from somebody else, they're showing documents that they shouldn't be showing. Yeah.
The law, you're going to court.
What's your home address?
Yeah, she gives out her, see, no doxing. Pulls out her home address and says, all right, we're good. I mean, these are publicly accessible records. Is that a real pic of her?
Florida. Is it possible that, yeah. Yes, I understand, Michael. Are we able to file a police report over the phone or online as opposed to having police show up at our house? I don't want to scare my children. You know.
Oh, can we file a police report over the phone? Because if you show up and you see that I'm not really distressed, I mean, she could have gone down to the police station and filed whatever report she needed to, but instead she called 911 because somebody was YouTubing. Why do you think they do this? What do you think the purpose is of them contacting the police?
Insane.
Two takeaways from this little clip. Number one, Michael, her husband, who she has filed divorce from multiple times, who she has claimed in the filings, DV, domestic, and you know the rest of it there. Mm-hmm. Another one of those not nice words. And yet she's claiming she doesn't want her kids scared. Now, remember when she called for the internet going out, she didn't want the kids being scared either. They're sleeping. Then why does she keep involving herself in all of this? Why does she keep doing this to her family, to process servers, to creditors, to previous clients? I can't wrap my head around it, but she doesn't want her kids involved, doesn't want her kids scared. This is an individual who has an OnlyFans, but doesn't want her kids involved in anything, doesn't want the kids to know. This is an individual who has created my name, JeremyBHales.com, to redirect to another.
Yeah, exactly. Screenshot this. Exactly. What about Megan's kids? What about her family's kids? What about other people's kids? She doesn't seem to have any problem whenever it involves someone like Stupid Dave or Paint Chips or Fleesa, Lynette. She doesn't have any problem with those kids. She doesn't seem to have any issues with exploiting them. She doesn't have any problem with going after my nieces and nephews, children. She doesn't have any problem with that. Never did. I mean, to her, it's all fair game. Mm-hmm.
BullyExterminators.com and Hodunks.com, and it goes on and on and on. And yet she doesn't want her kids involved. She's doing this all from the house where the kids live, but she doesn't want her kids scared or involved. My goodness, her kids are living with her. She should have never got herself involved.
I can have somebody call you.
Yeah, that would be great. If I could just do something over the phone, I can email you everything in the link. Like I said, she's currently doing this right now as we speak.
Your phone number and first name?
Yeah, my name is Leslie, Leslie. My number is 407.
We don't dox. Now, have they? Absolutely. Has she been a part of that? Absolutely. Particularly with Megan Fox. She has doxed the location with the help of Paint Chips, Richard Luthman, ex-con.
Yes. Yeah, they went after my family. Wow, just wow. Yeah. 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 Like I said, there is consequences to their actions. And they're facing those consequences right now. Yeah. They're asses. Yeah, they couldn't come after me, so they decided to come after my family. Mm-hmm.
Felon. And we won't play that game. Now, what we will do is we'll play it the right way, the legal way. We live in America, right? In America, we have laws, regulations, and we'll do things the right way. We'll handle it in court, keeping in mind, Michael is there the entire time. In the beginning, we thought he was.
Well, you should know that. Well, what's the use of promoting it out there? I mean, what would be the point? It doesn't solve anything. It just makes people look even harder. Yeah, they're assholes.
Clueless to what she was doing. The manic posting, the insane things she was putting out there. Come to find out, he knew about it all. Every aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
So a YouTuber is spreading false information, is that it?
Yeah, but confidential about involving minors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've received, I had to file a lawsuit against 6 YouTubers who are working in cahoots.
And you heard that? I had to file a lawsuit against 6 YouTubers that were working in cahoots. How is that? Explain that. Explain that. You filed a lawsuit against Megan Fox, Jeremy Hales, George, Tug. Who else did you file it against? J-Hip? Who was the 6th one? Who was the 6th one that you filed a lawsuit against? You know how many times I've actually communicated with J-Hip? Like, outside of him coming on my in my chat, maybe like 5 times. You know how many times I've communicated with Jeremy? I don't know, couple. Asked him if he wanted to come on a stream. He's been on my streams. Like, that's about the extent of the communication that we have. Megan Fox, same way. But yeah, we're all in cahoots because we're just looking to do what? To do what? Nobody gave 2 shits about you. You were irrelevant and absolute nothing. Nobody cared. They looked at you and they laughed because the crap that you were saying was a mockery. You had other attorneys that were mocking you for your stupidity. Being the genius in the fucking room, you couldn't even file the pleadings. Oh, I'm sorry. You couldn't even tell Lisa the correct damn filings that you were supposed to be pleading. You've seen the filings that your husband did. Your husband got goddamn sanctioned for filing AI generated filings. He got his ass laughed out of court in an appeals case that he ran. He got laughed out of court on that. The judge was just like, none of these statutes make any sense or even follow any law whatsoever. What are you doing? This is frivolous. Your husband has sanctions against you. You're up against what? 1, 2, 3. Is it 4 foreclosures now? Is it 3 or is it 4? I mean, I'm losing track of how far in the hole you are. Yes, screenshot this exactly. They have lawsuits coming from every angle. Plus, you're in a lawsuit with Jeremy. You've inserted yourself into Fed case 2 by filing your bullshit there. I'm surprised that the judge hasn't said something about it and actually ripped that thing out of there, because that case doesn't exist anymore in that Fed case 2. Because it was dropped. Why did you drop it? Why? Because it was frivolous from the get-go. It was absolute garbage. Because that's what you do. You wouldn't serve anybody. You didn't pay the fees to have anybody served. It was all for show. It was all so you could dox people. Because that's the kind of garbage human being you are. You're a POS, and I don't mean a point of sale.
One YouTuber who refuses to give his legal name made a threat during one of his lives, which we have the transcripts for. This is something pertaining just to me, but basically threatened to harm my family and my children.
Leslie Ann.
Let me play that back again, because just in case you didn't hear what she said.
One YouTuber who refuses to give his legal name made a threat during one of his lives.
Let me rewind that again.
Like, I had to file a lawsuit against 6 YouTubers who are working in cahoots. I had one YouTuber who refuses to give his legal name made a threat during one of his lives, which we have the transcripts for.
What threat was ever made? Never. Because I didn't want to give you my legal name. And you took that as a threat. And I could go back and I can pull up exactly what was said. It wasn't referencing you. It was referencing anybody that was deciding to come after and dox people, that there would be repercussions. And these are the kind of repercussions that you're in right now. You're being sued by Jeremy Hales, Megan Fox, Tug, George. They are suing you for filing a frivolous lawsuit that they already won. They're suing to get compensated back because you couldn't shut up. You couldn't stop. You had to continue on. What did I say? What exactly did I say? It's better if you don't do this. It'd be smart if you stop. It'd be great if you just left this alone, because you're going to find around, you're going to fuck around, and you're going to find out exactly what happens whenever you continue down this road. What happened? What happened? Now you're getting fucked. Sorry for the language, but it's as simple as that. And I have no sympathy for you. I have no sympathy for you. I have no sympathy for Ray Bone Crusher. I have no sympathy for Stupid Dave. I have no sympathy for any of these fuckers, because they called for me to be doxxed. Do you think I have any, I give two shits whether people go after these fuckers? No, I wouldn't call on it, but I don't care about them. Never did. But you wanted to come after me thinking that it was funny and cute whenever you knew you weren't going to even go through with a lawsuit. You thought that was fun. Well, now you're finding out the repercussions from it. Because I've never threatened your family. I don't care about your family. I mock you endlessly. I think maybe you just can't handle that.
This is something pertaining just to me, but basically threatened to harm my family and my children.
Leslie Ann Federigos actually latched on to the nickname Lips. She even changed the name of multiple YouTube accounts to Lips. And it shouldn't just be Lips, it should be Lying Lips.
Yes.
Because this YouTuber who she's talking about never, ever made any such allegations whatsoever, or made any such threats against her and her family. Now, that YouTuber did say, you go down this route, there will be consequences. She's gone down that route with me. That's one YouTuber. George, that's another YouTuber. My business, that's a YouTube business. You've got Megan Fox, Tug, and others. She's going to court. She filed frivolous lawsuits. She dropped them. Then she added it again. Then she dropped it again. Boy, Megan and Tug, they've won twice in court already. You're going, no, they didn't win. It wasn't litigated. Yeah, when she drops it and the suit is closed, we won. I won, George won, the business won, Megan won, that umbrella guy won, others had won as well, Just J Hip and Shizzywhiznut. We all won. And now she's going to court. She's figuring out what the real consequences were. That's what he said. There will be consequences to you and your family. These are the consequences. She's looking at losing everything. Now, keep in mind, she's also stated that she comes from millions, I tell you, as they continue to fight foreclosure, creditors. They file indigent, in other words, they have no money in the court system. Where are those millions?
This happened, was it this morning, Michael, when you saw the from that one YouTuber? Because we represent, my husband's an attorney, and they're harassing us because they want us to drop this lawsuit against them. So they're bullying us online on.
No. If you're talking about the response that I gave to your bullshit letter, if you're talking about that as a threat, no, I told you it was ridiculous and stupid to go fuck off. That's what I told you. That wasn't even close to being a proper cease and desist letter, which if it would have been a proper cease and desist letter, you might have had some standing. But I did nothing wrong in any that I did.
YouTube.
And you believe this allegation to the dispatcher. We're bullying her and her husband online. We didn't bring them into this. As a matter of fact, they got into this, and I've already stated it, for fame and fortune. She wants nothing more to be famous, and she will be, but just not for the right things. Now, the fortune part of it, we already have from her, from Leslie, that Lisa or Fleesa was telling her she's making anywhere from $800 to $2,000 a night on YouTube, covering, using Lynette and Crook. Who Lynette and Crook right now are mad at Fleesa. Oh, and it seems like they've got quite a bit of a lawsuit that they could actually bring against Fleesa. As a matter of fact, Dave the Donor, David Richards, only...
Yeah. Yeah, they actually, they do have good grounds to sue the ever-living pants off of her. That's money they're never going to see ever again. And do I think it's crappy that anybody would do that? Yeah. Do I agree with Lynette, John? No, I don't give two shits about them either. I like watching them just completely flounder around like a couple of fish, they're caught out of water. I mean, it's quite interesting to watch them just completely screw everything up that they possibly can. I mean, they put themselves out there to do that. Same way with Lips, same way with Chips, same way with anybody that gets on here. I mock myself because I'm a complete, absolute moron. Even Yamaha can tell you that. He's talked to me personally. Says, yeah, you're an idiot. I agree. Mock away.
Me. If you care so much about this child, if you care that much, why don't you fund a lawyer for Lynette to go after Fleesa for all the misappropriation of the funds, for not disclosing what's happened, the fraudulent activities? Why don't you fund the lawyer for Lynette to sue Fleesa? Oh, and about that lawsuit that Leslie says we want dropped, no, I've been very clear from the beginning. She saved me time. She saved me money from adding her into the federal suit for everything she's done. Now I'm outright stating her name. I didn't in the beginning, and now I will. She will be famous. She will be held accountable. He will be held accountable for the fraudulent things, the malicious things they have done to utilize the court system. My guess?
Oh, yeah. Yes, Kathy, she sent multiple messages onto my channels saying, I love you, I hate you, I can't live without you, bring me on, let's talk, calling me gay, all kinds of stuff. I don't know. It was the rambling of somebody I think was having an episode. Not my problem. Not my problem at all. I don't know what her issue was. I didn't really care. I didn't know anything about her. But then once I started digging in, I started finding out about her. And I got more. Oh, it doesn't go away. I don't talk to him. It's all pre-recorded. Oh, that's right. I knew it was. Oh, sure. Really? Tell me more. There's arguing with crazy. Just nod and smile. Ask my a-hole twin. Yeah.
At the end of this, neither of them will have a law license.
But this one particular YouTuber already did an entire live threatening us that if we find out his legal name, we're going to be sorry. And he, we don't know it's coming to us, and he started making references to our kids.
That is all a lie. Told you you would be facing legal repercussions. Nobody's ever made any references to your children, ever.
It came. You're being sued by just about everybody. You're probably going to lose everything in your life, even the things you lied about having, like the boat. Oh, that golf cart, that might be really good for us around Otter Creek, maybe even Cedar Key. But these are the consequences.
Oh, yeah. Debbie Baker, it is good to see you back. I hope you're doing well. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, she called me all kinds of stuff. called me lover boy. I don't know. I think she has some sort of fetish or something. I don't know what it is. I think she wanted a response. The response wasn't what she expected. Response wasn't what she expected. And also, Debbie Baker, thank you so much. It is so good to see you back. I hope that you're feeling better.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh, yes.
Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, we'll have it all over again.
Awesome. Definitely thank Debbie Baker for those gifted memberships. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Welcome, new members. Welcome.
Not for what we've done, not for what any other YouTuber has done, for what you have done, Leslie and Federigos, Michael Federigos. By the way, your reviews on your law practice, I mean, it's uncommon for everybody to give the same review. And you, across the board, them 1 stars, woo, you're living up to your reputation.
He is in connection with this other YouTuber in New York who decided to go live tonight, where she is stating to her entire audience, I'm not reporting the defamation that's happened to me. I'm just reporting on behalf of my kids. I mean, it gets way worse than this in what she's done to me. But where I need to call the police is now she's involving my children. She's involving confidential records. She's making to release my son's records. I mean, this is just, this is court confidential sealed records. I don't know how she would have obtained such a thing. And she's going live right now, encouraging audience participation. I went on and I tried to get her to stop, as a comment. I said, you need to stop. If she won't stop, she's laughing, making a mockery of it.
So she's making a mockery of you. And she's not doing anything wrong. Also, you came on and said, you shouldn't be giving legal advice. I've never given any legal advice on this channel, ever. And if you're taking legal advice from me, then you need this much more than I do. Because I don't give legal advice. I don't give medical advice. I don't do anything.
If we've learned one thing from this permanently retired lawyer in lieu of discipline from the Florida bar, it's make sure you call the police when people are laughing at you for the stupid stuff you have done.
They're laughing at us.
She's up in New York, so then of course I call the police and they tell me I have to report this in this jurisdiction, and then you guys would take it from there.
What's your son's first name?
I have 3 children, so he's the one that can comprehend what's going on because he's 11.
My heart goes out for this 11-year-old that actually has this couple as parents. The insanity, the daily chaos that they must put him in. He should know nothing about this, and yet I got a feeling he's probably listening to this entire thing. 11. The horrible things his mother has done. Poor kid.
My other kids are young, you know what I'm saying? Like 1's 6, they're not really as cognizant of what's going on. But this is not something that, you know what I mean? This is our private family life, and this is dealing with my minor children, and this does not need to be aired to a crowd of over 70,000 people.
Ironic, isn't it? She didn't think that about my family life, and she wanted everything she could to be put out there about my kids, my ex-wife, my this, my that. Oh, Megan, did she think about Megan Fox and her kids? No, not even one bit. Did she think about the individual that she's talking about in another state who says he's threatening us and his family? No. Did she think about anybody's family? No. What did she think about? She wanted fame. She wanted fortune. She's getting fame. She's going to lose a fortune in court.
Well, she has a following of 70,000. And by the time her videos end up circulating, it goes to about 35,000 people.
What does it matter? What does it matter? 1 1,000, 1,000,000, it doesn't matter. She's still not doing it. Then she would, if Megan did something like that, she would lose all credibility as a reporter. Nobody would talk with her. She would lose all credibility. Put cushions on the wall.
They circulate too because they promote these videos. And like I said, I filled out a privacy complaint with YouTube tonight as well.
No privacy was ever given.
I'm gonna have a deputy call you from the
Or
block
given up.
unknown number, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Leslie Ann Federigos and Michael Federigos have aligned themselves with some of the most hideous, horrific people on the planet. Yes, very much so. Scam artists, con artists, felons, convicts. I mean, she claims to be an advocate for those in guardianship and being taken advantage of, and yet she aligned herself with paint chips who went to jail 4 years, who took advantage of a blind, disabled man who was in a guardianship. Took him, placed him in the CEO, in the top position of an organization that he created that was stealing from others. Interesting. Oh, you also have Marla Hughes, who has made some absolute, by the way, it's Hughes, and she lives in Bronson, Florida, and has made some of the most acist, put an R in front of that, comments about Mexicans.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the end of the 911 call. That is the end of the one. You definitely get some rest there, kids. But I do have something else I wanted to show you that I thought you guys might like this. So give me just a second to pull this thing up, and I will show it to you as soon as it works, because it might still be rendering. We have to see if it's still rendering. It's a pretty damn good one. Nope, it only rendered 35 of them, and oh, I got 2 of them for you. Second one rendered. Let's see. We're going to pause that. We're going to bring it up, and we're going to pull it in high def. So that way you can get the full effect of this thing. Oh yeah. Here we go. Enjoy this 2-minute, 22-second video. Ah, yes. Oh, there's no music. Doggone it. Let's turn the volume up so you can hear it. Hold on. I had it muted. There we go.
Here she comes again.
I'm not the villain. I'm the reason they're still breathing.
She said if I didn't step in with her, sitting on the stream talking about what she coulda, shoulda, claiming she held it all together like the streets would burn if she cut that tether. I kept the wolves back, I kept the lights on, every word flexing like she write the fight song, painting herself in a halo frame, but the spotlight's the only thing she ever came to claim.
Complex, yeah, she wear it like a crown, talking from the clouds while the whole thing burns down. Savior complex, in her own parade, throwing rose petals at the lies she made.
They on me for keeping quiet, yeah, that's the line. As if silence was some holy sign. Playing martyr while the pockets stay fed. But the truth don't live where the egos live. Every tale got her at the center stage. Saying on Sunday, hustler every other day. Saying without me, they be gone. But the only rescue was a name in the song.
Savior complex, yeah, she wear it like a crown, talking from the clouds while the whole thing burns down.
Yeah.
Savior complex, in her own parade, throwing rose petals at the lies she made. Oh,
She saved them.
from nothing at all.
Oh, she raised them.
Just to watch him fall. Hero in the mirror, victim in the chat. When the credits roll, she's still pointing at the haters in the back.
Yeah, the savior complex, heavy as gold, but the story's only epic cause it's her that
Let's
told.
hear it one more time.
I saved them all, they just don't know it yet.
Savior complex, yeah, she wear it like a crown, talking from the clouds while the whole thing burns down.
Yeah.
Savior savior complex. In her own parade, throwing rose petals at the lie she made.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got another one. You want to see? Oh, the other one's even better. The other one's even better. I guarantee you. It's massive applause. Oh, wait until you see the next one. That one's gonna get you. Let's see. It's much shorter. It's much shorter. Believe it or not, it's only about 2 minutes. But here we go. Let's play this one for you.
It started with the barn. That's where they think it began, but they got it twisted. Yeah, let me walk you through it. I said what I saw, I said what I heard, but they turning my lines into something absurd. The barn ain't the problem, it's what came after. Everybody pointing fingers like it's all fucking laughter. They don't know the whole thing, they just want a name, trying to put it on me like I'm playing the game. But I keep receipts, I know where it's from. I ain't holding that bag, I'm not that dumb. Barn burner, pass the spin, say it once, watch them twist it in. Barn burner, I play it slow, drop the spark they need, leave the rest on low. I never said it like that, they took it wrong. Now they running around singing the wrong song. I was trying to explain, I pulled my finger, but the smell they want, I let the sting linger. I didn't backpedal, I clarified. That's how you get fucked when the facts get fried. People hear what they want, not what I meant, so I put that shit right out. Time to vent. Barn burner, that's the spin, say it once, watch them twist it in. Barn burner, I play it slow, drop the spark they need, leave the rest on low. They clip my words, they cut my tone, turn my lies to something I'll never own. They paint the picture with colors I hate, call it evidence, but it's second rate. Don't confuse my caution with guilt or shame. I ain't
It's lagging out. The other one's still trying to render. That's why it lagged out. But that one's the other one. Stinky arm test. Here comes the toenails. Okay. I got one for, because I know you want to see the preacher one. I know you want to see the preacher one. This one here has a bad clip in it, so I'm going to I'll tell you what, I'll share what I've got because it's good. It's really good. Oh, I'm so bad. Just wait. This next one, it's good. You're gonna love it.
little Zoom, trustee on the line. No one yelled, no warning, said we're doing fine. Stop believing lies. That's all I gotta say. We got a continuance and we'll fight another day. No lawsuits coming, no hurt on the rise. Just the truth waiting out there in disguise. John's been broken, the kid too. Now he sees things like I always knew. Heartbroken and scared in a very bad place. Levy County's gone, all the creeks a disgrace. Private companies calling, states on the line. But the mess the fleet left us, it's a crime. On bended knees, me please, pay the engineer, give us back our keys. Permit lapse, the power might fall, but I'm standing on the truth in spite of it all. Christmas came, we begged for a frame. She said, I got someone, but it never came. John found a crew, 10 grand for the job. She said no, like she was working the mob. Mexican construction, chief in town. Said for $2.50 an hour, he'd write it down. But again, she said no, she had a plan. Now the house is unfinished, just dirt and sand. On bended knees, me please, me please.
Sorry, I'm so bad. She's too muscular. Oh, come on. Oh. I can't show you the rest. You seriously need to contact Stephen King. God, it's funny. Hey, we are here to have some fun. Oh, God. Oh, boy. I'm sorry. I'm having way too much fun. I shouldn't be having this much fun, but I can't help it. Okay. All right, let's get to this. All right, so I've held off long enough. Let me get it pulled up here so that way I can share with you. This came in the court today. The order, defendant Lisa Lee has moved for leave to file an amended motion to dismiss, and she has attached a copy of the proposed amended motion to dismiss. Plaintiffs oppose the motion. This court has inherent authority to manage its own docket so as to achieve the orderly and expeditious disposition of cases. Under that authority and in the exercise of the court's discretion, the court will grant defendant Lee's motion. So it's just a motion. Doesn't mean that she's going to get the outcome that she wants. If she can yank a huge toolbox, she has musculars, muscles. According to that order, defendant Lee's motion for leave to file the amended motion to dismiss is granted. Doc 87 is granted. Clerk shall separately docket Exhibit C, which is document 87-2, the defendant's Lee's motion for leave, and caption it on the docket as defendant Lee's amended motion to dismiss. The clerk of the court is directed to terminate defendant Lee's initial motion, which sucked really bad, and allow this one in. And of course, that means that Jeremy has literally 14 days of this order to respond to her motion. So ordered the 20th day of August 2025, which is today. So it's date. He had it dated probably because it was at the very end of the day, and that's why it was put in on 2025, which means 14 days from today. And of course, we've seen most of this right here. The Exhibit C amended motion to dismiss goes through defendant Lisa Lee respectfully submits her amended motion to dismiss, second amended complaint, alternative motion for more definitive statement. Hales known for his channel. Well, we already know that. But the only problem is she's failing on her motions here. Like really bad. His first source of revenue comes from advertiser based on how many people vehicle view. And why don't we just go down to what she has to say? Because we already know what he says. Well, let's see here. It says, to keep high and increasing view counts, to entertain and entice the public to watch his videos and subscribe to his private closed videos for entertainment is made practice of instigating public disputes. Nope. It's not that he's done this. See, if you're going to state something, you have to state something as fact. These are not facts here at all. It's profit laws. And see, this is the problem. She hasn't put any of the facts in the case whatsoever. All she's done is put her argument and trying to claim it's facts. Doesn't work. Hales creates thumbnails, which alters pictures of those he targets for content brands and names them with character names. Doesn't matter. Anybody does that. The news stations do that. Fleesa does that. Defendants in the, I find it funny that they put this crap in here. Right here. They put this in here. Bad neighbor called the judge a foul name in court. Yeah. Yeah, they did that. That's exactly what they did. They insulted the judge. Funnier initials are LAF. The defendants in this case are not malicious conspirators. Well, that has already been shown that you are. They are not market competitors. Yes, you are. You are market competitors. You're aiming for the same market. You're doing some horrible shit, but that doesn't matter because that's not what they're talking about here. A recent lawsuit out of Orange County, Florida, demonstrates this pattern. Oh, you mean the one that was dropped? So Randy can easily bring this up right here that says a recent lawsuit out of Orange County demonstrates this pattern. Well, the only problem is that case she dismissed and a lawsuit was brought against her. When a retired attorney and mother of four merely gave an interview to someone critical of Hales, and that is not what she did. She did not merely just give an interview with someone that was in with Hales. That's going to be called out. That right there is a bunch of garbage. She got on, she created the Hodunks web channel, the Bully Exterminators, and started attacking other YouTubers. That's what she did. And then she started doxing YouTubers. And then she posted revenge porn against other YouTubers. Yeah, all of these things she did. All of this crap she did. By Hales and his followers, prompted and celebrated on his channel. No. Most people didn't give two craps about her. All they did is they did some research and some digging into her, found out who in the hell she was, and were like, oh, look, this person right here is claiming to be a retired attorney. What exactly is she? Oh, she took a forced retirement because why? She was under sanctions with the court. I've got the documents. I've got the case. I have actually gotten all kinds of information about this one. So she tries to come back and say, you're calling me a disbarred attorney. No, you're permanently retired in lieu of the sanctions that were coming down on you. And that's not the only one. Content was built around her, branding her with the character name Lips. And why? Why would anybody do that? You know, it'd just be like seeing someone with cross eyes and saying they're cross-eyed. While making false and misleading statements about her choice to retire. No, those weren't false or misleading statements about her choice to retire, and that's a fight that she has to fight, not you. Because they're right here, putting this case document right here. I really do hope that Randy files in there her dismissing the case and then a case being brought against her for vexatious litigation, and where she's done this multiple times in other court cases, multiple times. This isn't the first time that she's pulled this shit. This litigation before this court is no different. Hales has weaponized the court, turning legal filings into fodder for his videos. No, he hasn't. He's showing what kind of, he's exposing these people. That's what he's been doing. That's it. No different than exposing you. No different than exposing anybody else that gets on the YouTubes and starts harassing people. and has a history of doing that. I mean, I told Volmit stop contacting me, and he still continues to send me freaking emails. He's an idiot. Turning legal filings into fodder for his videos, all while soliciting, receiving tens of thousands of dollars in donations for legal fees under the guise of defending himself as a victim from attacks. And this is the conduct of wronged individuals seeking justice. It's a calculated strategy of a digital provocateur exploiting the legal system for views, influence, and profit. It's not very profitable whenever you're having to spend that kind of money on legal fees. That is not profitable at all. For these reasons, the court should view Hughes' claims as skepticism warranted when the legal process is conscripted as a stage prop for online entertainment. And who's profiting off of this entertainment? Who is profiting off of this? It looks like you are, Fleesa. You're profiting off of this. I mean, so much as how much money is it now that you owe Lynette? That she's never going to see a dime of it? Because what was that you said you were going to do? You were going to put it in a trust for the child. Yeah, she filed a bankruptcy case. Yeah, wait until that gets brought in also. That got dismissed. Oh, so she's going to refile on Friday. Let's see how that works out. Because see, if she refiles it, she's going to have to do a lot more than just refile it. And then she also has to bring in all of those donations that went for her from your channel that you're still holding on to, which means they're going to start digging into your stuff. They're also going to start digging into, who was the person that raised money for? Yeah, that person. They're going to start digging into his bank records too. Yeah, who else are they going to dig into? Like here's the thing. They're going to start digging into every shady thing that she's doing. Every single bit of it. So she's going to file bankruptcy again? I doubt it, because I don't trust anything that you fuckers say. Ever. How can I trust a word that comes out of your mouth whenever it's been nothing but lies? Constant lies after lie after lie. I mean, and then the beauty is you're getting paid to lie to people because you're telling them the lies they want to hear. And you're just scamming the shit out of them. Good luck. See how that works out for you in the long run. Her revenue and actions. Well, she's operated her YouTube channel since 2017. Yeah, and it wasn't until you went on the attack of Jeremy that your channel took off. Am I correct? Because I got the email that says that's exactly what happened. Yeah, your friend Bubbles is the one that sent that email that said, look, the Two Lee's channel took off after they started covering this Lynette Preston bullshit. Yeah, I got that email. That nice little email that ruins your little narrative here. Yeah, that little narrative that you're saying was, my channel would have taken off. No, the only thing that you have is going on the attack with Jeremy Hales. That's all you have. That's it. It's so much so that you have to go on other people's channels to even throw some more of that bullshit out there. She has branded her channel as a former heavy metal rocker promoter in the music. Really? What are you buddies with CC also? Is that what it is? Yeah, I like I said, I've known people like you in the music industry for a long time, and no, you're not that impressive. Yeah, I saw the lawsuits that were brought against you for the shenanigans you did in your promotions, and the lawsuits that you filed against other people. Yeah, we've seen those. Yeah, that was small change compared to what you're getting now. Yeah. How many of those tour buses were you on, and for what reason? I mean, trust me, I've seen you type plenty of times before. But see, now that youth is gone, and you've got other issues, and they're just not into you like that anymore. And those bands, what you sued a band, right? Because you told them that because they didn't show up to one of your venues. It was actually a pretty well-known band, and you sued them, and it was just like, yeah, they were on tour, and they weren't, they were never. You didn't follow the rider. Yeah, you were guaranteeing a certain amount of people, and those people weren't there. Well, they paid you anyway. Was it $1,500 for cost? Yeah. You're a failed music promoter, is what you are. If you want to know who the real promoters are, trust me, I've run into plenty of the real promoters, and they don't have to brag about it at all. They don't even have to show it off. They just show up. And I've watched actual, promoters, like real promoters, walk in and have a band removed from the record label because they wouldn't get off stage because they told the promoter to go fuck himself. Yeah. I've watched that happen. Like that's a true promoter. Where she often has guests appear, whom she interviews about the latest news circulating YouTube. No, you don't. You can't even keep up with anything else. Whom she interviews about the latest news during her live stream. Members of the public who subscribe for free to her channel can make monetary gifts in appreciation for her taking the time to orchestrate her live streams. Is that what you think? Or it's just every time that you talk crap about Jeremy, they throw money at you. Mm-hmm. The only products ever sold on her channel are crystals or promotional merchandise, such as t-shirts with her channel logo. Really? Well, see, that's debunked right there, because you created a website that was also raising money using the likeness and image of a child. Yeah, and you were asked to take that down, weren't you? Because it was wrong. What other shenanigans were you up to that people don't know about? Oh, I guess you don't want to tell them about how much you make on PayPal there, or you don't want to talk about all the little Venmo deals that you got going on. You don't want to tell them about the emails between you and Bubbles. You don't want to give those away, do you? Yeah, the emails that you've had between you and Libs, and Stupid Dave, and talking about what the next thing is that you're going to do, huh? All the PR that you ran. Oh yeah, that's right. You were a PR company too, weren't you? You were running that. Amazing how that works. When guests have appeared who have been harassed by Hales for his content. So Hales is harassing somebody for their content. For his content. How is he harassing them? Who is the one that filed a lawsuit and then dropped it because they didn't have a case? Because there was no harassment. Never even bothered to serve Jeremy. But named him in a lawsuit. He accepted service. Oh, and that's whenever you panicked. Because not too long after that, you shut down your entire channel, right, Lips? By their own choice. As you can see, Defendant Lee's audience has made monetary gifts to assist them. So what would you call that? What would you call this right here? I would say that she's like making a claim right there is that, Defendant Lee's audience has made monetary gifts to help the system. But wouldn't those be donations? So it's in a filing right here that she's made monetary, that her chat has made donations, monetary gifts to help them out. Interesting. According to Hales, he began experiencing loss of revenue in 2023. Notably, the alleged actions of Defendant Lee did not begin until 2024. Oh, so you're saying that you didn't start harassing until 2024. Well, that was about the time that you jumped on the whole thing with Lynette, right? The one that you're making donations for. This timeline alone shows the Hales revenue decline started well before any conduct attributed to defendant Lee. No, but you orchestrated. You know, it's the same way as Lips orchestrated the Hodunk Hillbillies website. Yeah, I remember that. That was promoted how many months before he actually showed her face up online? How long had she had that website? Who else was she harassing? So you basically brought in harasser. You brought in how much money did you pay Volpe? I'm curious. How much money of that came out of Lynette's money that people were donating to? Huh? How much money did you send to Volman? How about Paint Chips? How much money did you send to him? How about BBB? How much did you send to him actually? How much of that money didn't go to what it was intended to go to? Well, hell, your chat would never know. Why would they ever even know? Because you won't disclose that information. See, you didn't run it like a normal fundraiser. You know, you didn't run it through the proper channels. You didn't promote it the right way. Because had you done it the right way, you probably would have come up with a lot more money had you been transparent about it, because that's one of the things about like charities and donations and things like that. Whenever people see what their money is going to, they go, oh, okay, this my dollars are going to help build an electrical fence around somebody's yard. Just using as an example. And then you go, okay, we've raised enough money for that, and we have some left over, and this is what we're planning on doing with it. And you would continue updating that like any regular, fundraiser would do, saying, well, we've gotten this done. And here you would have like long-term goals, like, for example, maybe building out a barn or something like that, something wild and ridiculous. And then you would follow through with all of that stuff, and you'd be showing the receipts along the way. This is how much money the lumber was. We're this much short. This is what we're trying to do. And you'd be surprised if you actually ran it like a real fundraiser instead of like a scam, that whenever people see where that money's going, that they tend to donate more to it. And think about this. It took how long for them to raise funds for Lynette? How much did it take? How much did it take? It was $5,000 in what? How short of a time was that? Just a couple of weeks, right? For her legal fund to fight this in federal court, right? Well, it wasn't a lie. He fought it in federal court because, bankruptcy court, federal court, tit for tat, whatever. But that's how they did it. They filed it a bankruptcy. So whenever you hear this bullshit that they're wanting to say, oh, we did so much for her. Yeah, what about the rest of the money? Where is the rest of the money, Fleesa? Where did you hide it? Did you put it in an offshore bank account? Did somebody take it with them to Armenia where there's no extradition? What do you think happened with all that? Did they maybe, purchase a bunch of new computers and maybe pay some provocateurs to, harass, to create more problems? Because I remember somebody was raising money for writing this story. They were going to write this story, and then all of a sudden they continued to write, but they're not getting any more money. Or did they get their money? It's a really interesting question, because that money all will be tracked. See, because whenever she filed bankruptcy, all that stuff can be tracked, and she's saying she's going to refile bankruptcy, so maybe they're going to track that too. See, this is one of those things where I don't think you've thought your whole plan through. It was all about raising money, but more money came in than you expected. I mean, by my rough guesstimate, it could be well over 100,000, maybe even close to 150,000 that you've raised off of that child, off of that person, off of Lynette, using money that was supposed to go to build a barn, build a fence. What did you actually say you were going to do with all that money? Because they've got all the receipts of everything that you planned on doing with it. And now your house is being called out. Was it 3K, 10K? It was 10K to write the story. It was 10K to write the story. And that was, and if I'm not mistaken, that was per person for them to actually cover the story, but they haven't stopped. They continue to write the story. So that means that they're still getting paid. Who's paying them? Because they don't have anybody watching their shit. I mean, if they're having to fucking email me their garbage, then they definitely don't have anybody watching their stuff. What? How many subscribers do they actually have on it? What, 10, 12 people that actually subscribe to their Substack? So they're not making any money there. Sounds like a wasted energy to me. Nobody watches their YouTube channel. Well, so what exactly is it? What exactly is it that's keeping them there? What's making them the most money? Because this doesn't sound very profitable to me. Nobody pays any attention to them. Has anyone seen the doc of the train wreck Woodstock 1999? What a flipping nightmare. Yeah. No taxes on that money has been declared, so no taxes were paid. Well, interesting, isn't it? How all that just sort of doesn't get, you can always file for an extension, but it's really weird how that money just sort of rolls in and nobody's doing anything with it. Wonder what exactly they did. Notably, the allegations defendant Flea did not begin until 2024. This timeline shows that Hales' revenue decline started to fall because in 2024 is whenever I started fucking with him. Well, it consists mainly of making numerous statements during her live streams. None of these statements, as alleged, directly impact the number of views on Hales' public ad-supported videos, nor would they reasonably cause the public to avoid his subscription-based content, which offers access to his private life. But that's not what he's talking about in his filing, is it? See, this is the problem. The garbage that they're bringing up have nothing to do with any of what his claims are against them. In addition, Flea's live stream is both distinct in content and audience. Really, is it? So tell me, if it wasn't for other people talking about the kind of crappy person you were, how many people do you think, would be actually watching you? How many people actually watch your streams where you're selling, what is it, crystals? Because until you started covering Hales, you had what? 300 people watching your lives. See, that's pretty bad. Now, whenever I started covering the Hales, I had, I believe, 1,000 subs. No, I hadn't even hit 1,000 subs yet. Yeah, because there was something very interesting there. There was a story. I didn't even know who in the hell the Fleas were until Bubbles brought them in. See, he was the one that was like, oh, but you've got to pay attention to them. You should be doing what I tell you to do. And guess what? I told go suck a big donkey dong, which I'm assuming that's what he does. I don't know that for sure, but I'm sure that he's choking something down. The storage auctions dispute with neighbors and his legal battles in court, defendant Lee does not offer a product or services comparable to Hales. You offer any sort of product or service, it's comparable to other people. So it doesn't matter if you have 100 subs or 1 million subs. You're still in competition with them. It's just like saying, well, I mean, just because I make burgers doesn't mean I'm in competition with, Burger King. Yeah, it does. It's the same damn thing. There's no logical or factual basis. Yes, there is. Would have caused or contributed to his alleged revenue loss, except whenever you're out there harassing people. Really? It has nothing to do with it. Intentionally going after somebody, intentionally, and saying that you're wanting to destroy his empire might have a little bit to do with it. Yeah, that's your buddy Bubbles that said that. Facts alleged against Lee by Hales to substantiate his claims. He alleges that recently needed to supplement business revenue as a result of lost profits since the fall of 2023. Prior to defendant Lee leaving as Hales moderator and engaging in Hales' allegation of Lee's scheme on any other defense, Hales claims as the reason he's lost profits. Thus, all plaintiffs' allegations against Lee commence in 2024. unless you were a moderator for him in 2023. And were you working on bad mouthing him at the time? Be interesting to find out. I guess that's evidence that they can pull up, right? There's evidence that you would be able to show. You'd be able to show those communications that you had in 2023, right? Between in your like Discord chat, you'd be able to bring all that stuff up, show everybody. The plaintiff alleges against Lee in the following paragraphs are solely premised on the statements of insult, opinion, and hyperbole solely about Hales' conduct in person during her YouTube live stream commentary. The only problem is you don't even read your own bullshit. Because had you read your own bullshit, you would have saw that a lot of the citations that you put in here don't work. They don't fit in. Had you actually taken the time to really read what you were filing in here. Argument: plaintiff fails to state a claim to satisfy the elements required under FDUPTA. But actually there's quite a bit there that does. And your citations, I'll just tell you right now, your citations really suck. Just saying. I mean, there's a couple of good ones in here. Aquan. Yeah, Aquan, Lisby versus Aquan. I'm not even going to get into their citations. Here, plaintiffs identify no actual statements are deceptive, much less the request of who, what, when, where, how the misconduct charged, as well as what false statements are misleading about the statement and why it's false. CAFASO, general dynamics. Vague allegations are not sufficient. As a matter of law, statements with such vagueness cannot demonstrate that Lee deceived a reasonable consumer. That's not what he's talking about. Commitment to free speech are classic. Non-actionable opinions are puffery, as they are impervious to being quantifiable. As such, vague and highly subjective statements cannot support deceptive claim under FDUTPA either, except these are different cases. Dismissing FDUTPA based on a defendant's claim to have the best talent in the world. Completely different. Plaintiff's SAC fails to allege Lee's engaged in unfair and deceptive acts or practice is in conduct in any trade or commerce. Even taking all Hales' allegation is true, the plaintiff's count to asserting a violation of the FDUTPA fails as a matter of law because plaintiff does not plausibly allege that Lee engaged in trade or commerce. That's not what it's all about. Any good or service, any property or anything of value, those terms are used in the trade and commerce provision of the statute. I'll have to look up the statutes to confirm that they actually wrote things that are correct, because some of these, I believe, are wrong. When allegations claim Lee receives donation from viewers during a live stream, Lee, who provides a free live stream open for public viewing in which members of the public have chose on their own accord to make monetary gifts to Lee. So that's not what you're talking about. Talking about screwing up his stuff. See, that's completely different. The alleged acts of Lee receiving monetary gifts and donations during her free live streams have zero connection whatsoever to any trade or commerce, but you still say that you sell products on your website. Plaintiff's allegations admit that Lee received donations during live stream. Oh, here it is. Fundraisers. Fundraisers and donations during live streams, not as payment for any good or service, but simply as monetary gifts from viewers, as viewers' discretion, which do not constitute trade or commerce, except you've been raising money to go after Jeremy. I mean, that's what you've been doing, right? That was part of what you were doing to help Lynette to continue telling lies about what happened during Christmas on the Creek. How much money did you raise for that? For a whole bunch of like gifts. How much money did you raise? Gifts that might have, what exactly did they do with all of those? And those weren't the only gifts for the child. Those gifts were for what, John? Lynette? Yeah, she never disclosed the little e-bike there in her disclosure. So was that a gift that you guys got her? Or is she saying John got that for her long before that? But how come it was never disclosed? Don't worry, the free crystal dildos from last year are still en route. I'm sure they are. Within the meaning of the statutes, Kelly Palmer, Reefler, more bullshit. Plaintiffs cannot establish a causal link between Lee's alleged deceptions and her purported injuries. Lee's receipt of monetary gifts or donations during live streams does not create a competitive relationship between Lee and plaintiff, nor does it give rise to a private right of action by plaintiff, who is neither a consumer nor an interested party or person. Plaintiff's own allegations confirm he derives income from YouTube partner program. Revenue based on the amount of views his free-to-watch videos receive and paid subscriptions to view his videos. But if you're harassing somebody in such a way by creating and going after them, might cause problems. Thus, plaintiff fails to meet criteria. Okay, fails to allege damage. She really spends way too much time on this FDUTBA. What was it right here? What is it? Calling judges corrupt. Furthermore, Hales' deposition taken in Exhibit D, where he attacks an attorney, deposing him with voluminous statements of hostility and disparagement. Calling judges corrupt. That's not what he did. See, here's the problem with putting these kinds of things in here. Because if you're talking about this deposition right here, what exactly was said? Keep it straight, Fleesa. Here's the problem. You're quoting things and taking them out of context of what was being done. Because what did he say? You're a fool. You're an ignorant fool. Shut up and listen whenever I'm answering your questions. That's exactly what he said. Why did he say that? Because Bruce kept interrupting him and wouldn't let him finish the question. And if you continue on reading the rest of it, the judge actually got on Bruce's case for doing such. So whenever you're showing this stuff to the judge, where the judge was there, and he read the documents, and he read the transcript, and he saw exactly the kind of behavior that Ducey was having. I don't know if you want to be bringing Ducey up in this particular case. Do you? I mean, I guess you're that stupid that you would, because, you know, if they bring up the rest of the document, it shows exactly what the judge thought of his behavior. Mm-hmm. And here you are, you're trying to protect yourself. It ain't going to work. Sitting on Fat Lisa's lap isn't that interesting. Yes, the behavior that Bruce was expounding at that point in time, he was actually on a live stream right before the deposition. Mm-hmm. Really? Remember how many documents Bruce filed on this, stating these same things right here? So you're telling me that she wrote this all on her own? Yeah. Evidence not only in the vague allegations of damage on his own side, warned deposition transcripts. It's impossible for him to prove damages to satisfy this claim. Actually, he can. So if you're asking, remember this: the truth will prevail. If you're wondering, if you're saying, you know, the thing is, he doesn't have to provide certain things. Those will be brought out later in the case. See, once he deposes you, which it seems to me that you were all anxious to be deposed, and you were just like, bring it on, come on, serve me. And then you hid from service like the rest of the little cockwashers did. Are you capable, if your counsel were to allow you to do so, to identify the customers you claim you lost? Yes. Follow-up question. Are you capable of identifying individuals by name? Yes. How many? I do not know the number currently. Can you give me a range? We are hiring a professional to do an analysis on money lost, customers lost. So you're bringing up this information that has something to do with a totally different case. So you're bringing up this right here as proof of what? Because this case is a defamation case right here. This case right here is for defamation. completely different case. Remember? Well, I guess you don't remember that either. Customers, plaintiffs must allege the actual industry. See, one, it doesn't match the other. See, this is the problem whenever you let, people file things that don't know what the hell they're filing. I'm just scrolling down through this. I think I'm only going to get about halfway through it. I think we just need a nice letter. That's what we need. Yeah, I've got enough time to do one letter. And I may have another one after I really dig into this. See, I haven't read the whole document, but I've read enough of it and skimmed through it that it was pretty easy to come up with a nice little letter. Mostly I just looked at the citations here, but we'll dig into this garbage a little bit later. It is getting to be what, 1:50? I think it's that time. I think it's time. What do you guys think? Time to do a letter? Yeah, I think so. Let's make that happen. Let's make the letter happen, and I will be reading this off the cuff.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
There's an open letter to the legal pretender who filed a case brief built on sand. Well, there is weak lawyering, and then there's the kind of fantasy pleading you just dumped on the docket. Now, I've seen sovereign citizens with cardboard driver's license make tighter jurisdictional arguments. Well, you aimed at Jeremy's second amended complaint, but instead of addressing what's in it, you wandered into your irrelevant doctrines, waving it at every rest stop along the way like a lost tourist. You kicked off with a personal jurisdiction dodge, as if Florida's can't touch you because you swear you don't have a minimum contacts. Cute, except Jeremy's complaint names the Florida LLC and a Florida resident and alleges you aimed your conduct right at them. That's not a stretch, that's a bullseye. The 11th Circuit has been crystal clear. If you knowingly direct conduct at the forum jurisdiction exists, you can shout, but I'm not in Florida all day. The problem is your actions were. When you try to inflate the service issue into a defense, you whine that the Second Amendment complaint wasn't properly served, like that means it doesn't exist. That's not jurisdictional silver bullet. It's a stalling tactic. Even if there were a glitch in service, the remedy is fixing service, not throwing the lawsuit into the trash. Pretending you get a free pass because you duck the paperwork is less law and more like a playground taunt. You can't see me. Na 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 na. Judges don't indulge in that nonsense. Well, from there, you wandered into the boilerplate 12B6 territory, chanting Equably and Twombly like they were holy scripture, but incantations don't move the court. Jeremy pled actual statutory claims. FDUTPA, Lanham Act, tortious interference with factual allegations and specific damages. And that's not a threadbare recital, that's called a lawsuit. But you don't erase it by waving the magic words conclusory in bold type. As if the show needed more comedy, you tried to sneak in the Florida's anti-slap statute, like it was your own little secret weapon. Well, except this federal court governed by federal rules, anti-slap doesn't override Rule 12 or 56. Might as well have cited rules of monopoly, state procedural statutes that don't trump the federal rules, and every judge in this circuit knows it. That alone would have been bad enough, but you just kept digging. You charged into FDUTPA, puffing about how YouTube donations and rants aren't trade or commerce, except the Second Amendment complaint actually does plead FDUTPA against you, and it ties deceptive conduct to monetized videos, memberships, ad revenue, and donations. That is trade and commerce. You don't get to claim immunity because your storefront is a live stream instead of a strip mall, and congratulations, you argued against yourself and proved the statute applies. Let's talk about the detail. You dragged out the standing cases that focus only on consumers, ignoring that FDUTPA protects competitors as well. You held up those authorities like they were holy writ, while skipping the part where Florida courts already said you can apply to unfair practices that distort competition. Judges notice when you hand them half a statute and hope no one reads the rest, and that's not law, that's just laziness with citations. Then came the Lanham Act. Well, that was a brilliant. Go fuck. I haven't even got to that yet. You stomped your feet that YouTube videos aren't commercial advertising or promotion, except the complaint pled exactly that: false and misleading statements in commerce designed to harm your competitor's business. You kept insisting you're not Pepsi buying Super Bowl ads, but nobody said you were. The claim is that you monetize false attacks to divert viewers and sponsors. And that fits. You didn't knock it down, you confirmed it, you just don't understand the statute. Next, tortious interference. You complained there weren't contracts listed one by one, that lost subscribers isn't specific, except the pleading does point to interference with sponsors, vendors, and business partners. The law doesn't require Jeremy to attach his entire subscriber list as an exhibit. You don't erase a claim by pretending relationships don't exist because they weren't spelled out to your liking, dumbass. That's not legal reasoning. That's hand waving. And of course, the jurisdiction dodge again. You argued you don't have minimum contacts with Florida, as if targeting a Florida LLC and a resident plaintiff with online conduct doesn't count. The 11th Circuit has made it clear. If you deliberately aim at a forum, you're in the forum. You don't get to hurl content at a Florida target and then play, who, me? When the court points to personal jurisdiction, it's not geography that saves you, it's law, and you clearly don't have it or any concept of it. But just when I thought the circus couldn't get any louder, you pulled in a Florida anti-slap statute out of your pocket like it was Thor's hammer. You waved it around, chanting public participation as if the judge would forget we're in federal court. Rule 12 and Rule 56 govern here. Anti-slap doesn't override the federal rules, and the 11th Circuit has said as much. Jamming state anti-slap into federal proceedings is like swiping a bus pass at your gap tooth. Toll booth. Wrong tool, wrong place. It makes you look stupid and ridiculous. Well, and then came the filler, the 9th Circuit puffery cases. Out of circuit dicta irrelevant citations, you might as well have quoted Canadian fishing regulations. None of it overrides binding 11th Circuit precedent, and all of it read like a desperate page padding. Worst still were your citations themselves. They were orphaned pin sites, typos that turned real parties into imaginary corporations, and half-finished authorities left dangling like karaoke lyrics when the singer forgets the words. You didn't write a motion, you vandalized the docket with a blooper reel. By the time you finished, what you filed wasn't a motion. No. It was a tragic one-act play where you get to try to play all the roles: the lawyer, the victim, confused statutory interpreter, and amateur magician, hoping Iqbal would vanish the complaint. If this weren't a law school exam, you'd get partial credit for effort and a polite note: please stop embarrassing your fucking self. If what you filed wasn't advocacy, it was a scrapbook of boilerplate, misapplied statutes, and irrelevant case law. You didn't rebut FDUTPA. You didn't counter Lanham. You didn't gut tortious interference. You didn't touch defamation, conspiracy, or malicious prosecution. You shouted at shadows and argued that no laws, that no one pled. Well, and judges, they're not going to reward that. They're going to toss it aside and move on to the real claims. And here's the brutal truth. Even if every single case name were spelled right and every citation polished to blue book shine, it still wouldn't matter because not one word in your 30-plus pages engaged with the complaint. You were busy shadowboxing while the actual claims, statutory, common law alike, walked right past you untouched. So congratulations, dipshit. You've managed the rare feat of producing emotion that's irrelevant and incompetent at the same time. It just doesn't fail on the merits, it fails on the proofreading. And you're not defending yourself in federal court, you're auditioning for a parody skit on how not to practice law. And unfortunately for you, well, you nailed it. Spot on. I didn't think any other idiot could be as idiotic as, well, as ever, but, well, you managed to surprise us with your stupidity every day. Thank you for that. We do appreciate it. It keeps us well entertained. I hope that you make lots of money off of YouTube and you live long and prosper, because I'm going to continue to mock your stupid filings every single day. Signed, the Velcro shoe wearing, short bus riding artard who still managed to understand your own case better than you did. And most definitely owning you all the way.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Yes, it is that hour. Thank you guys so much for coming out, hanging out, being part of this wonderful mess that I've made of everything. You guys are wonderful, and I hope that you're having a wonderful night. Man, oh man. Still their daddy. Yep, owning them all the way. Everyone, I might have to take this letter on a trip. I have a turtle bucket again. Awesome. Well, I will say that it has been my pleasure to be here with all of you fine folks this wonderful evening. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night. I won't be doing a stream in the morning. No, I don't do streams on Thursday mornings, but I will be doing one tomorrow night, of course, and I'm sure there will be more filings and more documents to read over, and I will give a little bit more of a breakdown. I did have a breakdown of it, but because it would have taken too long and I wanted to get through some of those main citations in there. There's a lot. It is a ridiculous amount of garbage that came rolling in there. Oversharing again. Well, he does that. He can't help it. We forgive him for it. Everybody have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow evening. Until then, shit, stay frosty, fuckers. Peace, y'all. Have a good night.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread, I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that Sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental plane. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Gundam will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.
Sending all you fine folks